Welcome to the Performance Enhancing Podcast. It's like steroids for your brain. A podcast for people looking to live life at their peak potential. Chock full of real-world tools and knowledge that you can apply in your life today. By providing you with a lens into the lives, beliefs, practices, and actions of those who are already living extraordinary lives, the Performance Enhancing Podcast will help you shift your mindset or create that change in your daily rituals and habits so you can explode with success in the areas of life that are most important to you. So get ready for another dose of Performance Enhancing Podcast with SatoriPrime. Here's your host, Ilan Ferdman.
Hello, my friend, and welcome back to another Performance Enhancing Podcast with your host, Ilan Ferdman. And I wanted to read you that story that I mentioned in the previous podcast. We were talking about self-acceptance and Wayne Dyer, and I'd mentioned this beautiful book by Neale Walsch called The Little Soul and the Sun. So if you'll give me a few minutes, I'd love to read this to you. Hopefully it's not against, YouTube policy or God knows what, and you guys will actually be able to listen to this and check it out. It's just a beautiful story about, two little souls. So I just have to pause here for just a quick second, share some huge news with you. Guy and I, for the first time ever, are holding a live personal development, in other words, mindset-only training this upcoming Wednesday. That's September 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the first time ever, we're going to be holding a live personal development only training. We're going to look at the 3 things that stop you from having everything you've ever wanted in your life. So if you've enjoyed any of these podcasts that have to do with mindset, I highly, highly urge you to get onto this one-time only and first time ever personal development webinar. So again, it's this upcoming Wednesday, September 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is head over to SatoriPrime.com/PD, the letter P like Paul, D like David, PD. SatoriPrime.com/PD, and you'll be able to register right then and there. So wanted to share this huge news with you. And now let's get back to the show. Once upon no time, there was a little soul who said to God, "I know who I am." And God said, "That's wonderful. Who are you?" And the little soul shouted, "I'm the light." God smiled a big smile. "That's right," God exclaimed. "You are the light." That little soul was so happy, for it had figured out what all the souls in the kingdom were there to figure out. "Wow," said the little soul, "this is really cool." But soon, knowing who it was not enough. The little soul felt stirrings inside and now wanted to be who it was. And so the little soul went back to God, which is not a bad idea for all souls who want to be who they really are, and said, "Hi, God, now that I know who I am, is it okay for me to be it?" And God said, "You mean you want to be who you already are?" "Well," replied the little soul, "it's one thing to know who I am and another thing altogether to actually be it. I want to feel what it's like to be the light." "But you already are the light," God repeated, smiling again. "Yes, but I want to see what that feels like," cried the little soul. "Well," said God with a chuckle, "I suppose I should have known. You always were the adventurous someone." Then God's expression changed. "There's only one thing." "What?" asked the little soul. "Well, there's nothing else but the light. You see, I created nothing but what you are, and so there is no easy way for you to experience yourself as who you are, since there is nothing that you are not." "Huh," said the little soul, who was now a little confused. "Think of it this way," said God. "You are like a candle in the sun." "Oh, you're there all right, along with a million cajillion other candles who make up the sun. And the sun would not be the sun without you. Nay, it would be the sun without one of its candles, and that would not be the sun at all, for it would not shine as brightly. Yet, how to know yourself as the light when you are amidst the light? That is the question." "Well," the little soul perked up, "you're God. Think of something." Once more, God smiled. "I already have," God said. "Since you cannot see yourself as a light, when you are in the light, we'll surround you with darkness." "What's darkness?" said the little soul. God replied, It's that which you are not. Will I be afraid of the dark? Cried the little soul. Only if you choose to be, God answered. There's nothing really to be afraid of unless you decide that there is. You see, we're all making it all up. We are pretending. Oh, said the little soul, and felt better already. Then God explained that in order to experience anything at all, the exact opposite of it will appear. It is a great gift, God said, because without it, you could not know what anything is like. You could not know warm without cold, up without down, fast without slow. You could not know left without right, here without there, now without then. And so, God concluded, when you are surrounded with darkness, do not shake your fist and raise your voice and curse the darkness. Rather, be a light onto the darkness. And don't be mad about it. Then you will know who you really are, and all others will know too. Let your light so shine that everyone will know how special you are. You mean it's okay to let others see how special I am? Asked the little soul. Of course, God chuckled. It's very okay. But remember, special does not mean better. Everybody is special, each in their own way. Yet many others have forgotten that. They will see that it's okay for them to be special only when you see that it is okay for you to be special. Wow, said the little soul, dancing and skipping and laughing and jumping with joy. I can be as special as I want to be. Yes, and you can start right now, said God, who is dancing and skipping and laughing right along with the little soul. What part of special do you want to be? What part of special? The little soul repeated. I don't understand. Well, God explained. Being the light is being special, and being special has a lot of parts to it. It is special to be kind. It is special to be gentle. It is special to be creative. It is special to be patient. Can you think of any other ways it is special to be? The little soul sat quietly for a moment. I can think of lots of ways to be special, the little soul then exclaimed. It is special to be helpful. It is special to be sharing. It is special to be friendly. It is special to be considerate of others. Yes, God agreed, and you can be all of those things or any part of special you wish to be at any moment. That's what it means to be the light. I know what I want to be. I know what I want to be, the little soul announced with great excitement. I want to be the part of special called forgiving. Isn't it special to be forgiving? Oh, yes, God assured the little soul. That is very special. Okay, said the little soul. That's what I want to be. I want to be forgiving. I want to experience myself as that. Good, said God. But there's one thing you should know. The little soul was becoming a bit impatient now. It always seemed as though there were some complications. What is it? The little soul sighed. There's no one to forgive. No one? The little soul could hardly believe what had been said. No one, God repeated. Everything I've made is perfect. There's not a single soul in all creation less perfect than you. Look around you. It was then that the little soul realized a large crowd had gathered. Souls had come from far and wide, from all over the kingdom, for the word had gone forth that the little soul was having this extraordinary conversation with God, and everyone wanted to hear what they were saying. Looking at the countless other souls gathered there, the little soul had to agree. None appeared less wonderful, less magnificent, or less perfect than the little soul itself. Such was the wonder of the souls gathered around, and so bright was their light that the little soul could scarcely gaze upon them. Who then to forgive? Asked God. Boy, this is going to be no fun at all, grumbled the little soul. I wanted to experience myself as one who forgives. I wanted to know what that part of special felt like. And the little soul learned what it must feel like to be sad. But just then, a friendly soul stepped forward from the crowd. Not to worry, little soul, the friendly soul said. I will help you. You will? The little soul brightened. But what can you do? Why, I can give you someone to forgive. You can? Certainly, chirped the friendly soul. I can come into your next lifetime and do something for you to forgive. But why? Why would you do that? The little soul asked. You who are a being of such utter perfection, you who vibrate with such a speed that it creates light so bright that I can hardly gaze upon you. What could cause you to want to slow down your vibration to such a speed that your bright light would become dark and dense? What could cause you, who are so light that you dance upon the stars and move throughout the kingdom with the speed of your thought, to come into my life and make yourself so heavy that you could do this bad thing? Simple, said the friendly soul. I would do it because I love you. The little soul seemed surprised at the answer. Don't be so amazed, said the friendly soul. You have done the same thing for me. Don't you remember? Oh, we have danced together, you and I, many times. Through the eons and across all the ages have we danced. Across all time and in many places have we played together. You just don't remember. We have both been all of it. We have been the up and the down of it, the left and the right of it. We have been the here and the there of it, the now and the then of it. We have been the male and the female, the good and the bad. We have both been the victim and the villain of it. Thus have we come together, you and I, many times before, each bringing to the other the exact and perfect opportunity to express and to experience who we really are. And so, the friendly soul explained a little further, I will come into your next lifetime and be the bad one this time. I will do something really terrible, and then you can experience yourself as the one who forgives. But what will you do, the little soul asked, just a little nervously. That will be so terrible. Oh, replied the friendly soul with a twinkle, we'll think of something. Then the friendly soul seemed to turn serious and said in a quiet voice, you are right about one thing, you know. What is that? The little soul wanted to know. I will have to slow down my vibration and become very heavy to do this not so nice thing. I will have to pretend to be something very unlike myself. And so I have but one favor to ask of you in return. Oh, anything, anything, cried the little soul and began to dance and sing. I get to be forgiving. I get to be forgiving. Then the little soul saw that the friendly soul was remaining very quiet. What is it? The little soul asked. What can I do for you? You're such an angel to be willing to do this for me. Of course, this friendly soul is an angel, God interrupted. Everyone is. Always remember, I have sent you nothing but angels. And so the little soul wanted more than ever to grant the friendly soul's request. What can I do for you? The little soul asked again. In the moment that I strike you and smite you, the friendly soul replied, in the moment that I do the worst to you that you could possibly imagine, in that very moment, yes, the little soul interrupted, yes, the friendly soul became quieter still. Remember who I really am. Oh, I will, cried the little soul. I promise I will always remember you as I see you right here, right now. Good, said the friendly soul, because you see, I will have been pretending so hard. I will have forgotten myself. And if you do not remember me as I really am, I may not be able to remember for a very long time. And if I forget who I am, you may even forget who you are, and we will both be lost. Then we will need another soul to come along and remind us both of who we are. No, we won't, the little soul promised. I will remember you, and I will thank you for bringing me this gift, the chance to experience myself as who I am. And so the agreement was made, and the little soul went forth into a new lifetime, excited to be the light, which was very special, and excited to be the part of special called forgiveness. And the little soul waited anxiously to be able to experience itself as forgiveness and to thank whatever other soul made it possible. And at all the moments in that new lifetime, whenever a new soul appeared on the scene, whether that new soul brought joy or sadness, and especially if it brought sadness, the little soul thought of what God had said. Always remember, God had smiled. I have sent you nothing but angels. Beautiful, beautiful story, and ties in beautifully to what we spoke about with forgiveness and self-acceptance. And that is every single person shows up in our lives with a reason, with something for us to learn. If you want to experience forgiveness, the world sends you opportunities to be forgiving. And those are not going to look the way that you want. Likewise, if you want to experience generosity, the world doesn't bestow on you billions of dollars so you could be generous. It puts you in situations that it's very difficult to be generous so you can experience that light. A candle in a pitch black room can light up that room. We each have that gift inside to be that candle, to be that light for the world. And it just takes one act on any given day, on any given moment, that can completely alter. In fact, there are studies that show. So I just have to pause here for just a quick second and share some huge news with you. Guy and I, for the first time ever, are holding a live personal development, in other words, mindset only training this upcoming Wednesday. That's September 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For the first time ever, we're going to be holding a live personal development only training. We're going to look at the 3 things that stop you from having everything you've ever wanted in your life. So if you've enjoyed any of these podcasts that have to do with mindset, I highly, highly urge you to get onto this one-time only and first time ever personal development webinar. So again, it's this upcoming Wednesday, September 30th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you have to do is head over to SatoriPrime.com/PD, the letter P like Paul, D like David, PD. SatoriPrime.com/PD, and you'll be able to register right then and there. So wanted to share this huge news with you. And now let's get back to the show. That the observer, not even the one that is doing the act and the one that is receiving the act, but a third-party observer that will watch an act of kindness has the same brain chemical effect as the person doing the act. In other words, by us lighting that room and others seeing it, they get to be the light in their own lives, whether conscious or unconscious to it. Physically in the brain, that is already what's happening. That's the power that each and every one of us hold in ourselves. And moment by moment, your choice is to be that light and see everyone around you as an angel, there to provide you with a life experience that you called into your existence. That you are 100% responsible for calling into your existence. Or you can just autopilot it and go about your own way and just, do the same thing that you've always done. But what I love about that book, it really makes it very, very clear that we choose all of these elements. We choose at some level, and you can believe it to be true or not. But I always look to follow things that empower my existence, that empower my life, that give me fuel to go and do something. And that resonates for me. That concept that we struck some sort of deal with other souls so that we can have them come into our lives so we can experience certain things and be who we are and actually experience that. So hopefully you can take this and look at certain situations in your life and maybe get a different look at it, a different cut at it, one that gives you power and empowers you to take actions that not only will shift your life, but shift that other person's life, right? Sometimes it's up to us to remind others who they actually are. So love, love, love that book. And thank you so much for listening. Let me know what you thought of the book, Ilan at SatoriPrime.com. And while we're talking about books, head over to Amazon. I'll leave you the links and you guys can grab the 2 books that we just released, which are The 7 Keys of Transformation and Living for Mondays. All right. Love you all. Have an amazing, amazing rest of your week. And I'll see you on the next Pep Talk.
Thank you for joining us on this week's Performance Enhancing Podcast. We've taken this pep talk and created a custom action guide so you know exactly what action steps to take now to grow your business. Just head over to SatoriPrime.com/podcast and download it for free. Also, please leave a comment and rate this podcast on iTunes. It'll help us get the word out. Thanks for listening. Now, go and implement. We'll see you next time.
Did you run through doors till you hit the floor? Did you read my eyes and my aching thoughts? Did you walk through walls till you had to grow? Oh my God, your smile and my soundless call.